You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin.
Going down. It is your boy Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin. Welcome to the podcast, guys. If you're new to the podcast, welcome to the show. If you're into anime, nerd culture, and most importantly, video games, you come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. And this one is going to be a mixed bag. I want to thank everybody for coming out, and I want to also apologize to the listeners because the last few weeks have been kind of difficult. I'll just say that a little bit. But it's kind of bittersweet. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on in my life personally, guys. And if you've been listening to this show for a while, then you know that I share a lot of what goes on in my life because I consider you guys to be very, very close individuals to me. And I consider you guys family. I always say family. I use that word a lot with my listeners, and it goes together, man. I mean, some of you guys have been listening to this podcast for over 7 years. Okay. So yeah, this is going on 8 years now. A lot of shit, man. A lot of episodes. Like I said, 358. That's crazy, right? That's a lot of fucking shows, man. That's a lot of shows. 358. It's crazy. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight what's been going on. I had to deal with some stuff. I had to go to a funeral, which was my mother's funeral. And I know you guys are like, what? What's going on? Your mom? Yeah, my mom passed away not too long ago. I am actually happy about it. And you may be wondering, why are you happy about it? Because my mom was sick for a long time. She's been very sick for a long time. And, it was a long time coming. She was suffering a lot, going through some stuff, and I kind of made peace with the idea that, she was going to be gone soon, a long time ago. And it didn't, for a lot of people, unexpected deaths, they slap the hardest because you don't expect it. But when you have somebody that is going through something like this and it finally happens, you have a sort of relief that kind of goes through you, if that makes any sense. At least for me, it does. I look at it like, she's in a better place. She's not suffering anymore. And that's how I like to think about it. That's how I'm dealing with it, actually. So I'm actually quite happy that she's not having to suffer and go through all that stuff anymore. And, I think that's a good thing. I think that's what I should be doing. And when you're dealing with these type of things. But everybody deals with it in their own different ways. I have brothers and they deal with it their way. I'm dealing with it my way. But like I said, for me, it's a celebration, and I'm looking at it like that because she's not dealing with that bullshit anymore. So with that out of the way, there's a lot to talk about on this show. I don't want anybody to, feel bad or have any, any well wishes or anything like that, because like I said before, and I'll say it for the last time, it is a celebration because she is no longer suffering. She has moved on to a better place, and that is that. But as far as everything else, there's a lot of stuff going on, gaming wise. I want to talk about my anime watch list, of course. I also want to talk about some DLCs in the mix and a couple other games, guys. I talked about these in the past, and you'll know what I'm talking about when I bring them up. But I guess I want to go ahead and start with also my living situation real quick. I want to get that out the way because that's another thing that's been driving me batshit crazy. All right. If you guys, all my OG listeners, or if you've been listening in the past 6 months, then you know that I had some shit go down around Thanksgiving. Okay. It was Black Thanksgiving. It was like a dark day, a dark cloud. If you don't know, go back and try to find that archive episode, the one that dropped around Thanksgiving, and you will get everything that you so desire on that show. I break down everything. But anyway, basically, long story short, that situation happened and I was forced, that's my phone, I was forced to get an apartment. We were forced to find an apartment kind of last minute. All right. It was okay apartment. Don't get me wrong or anything like that. But it was kind of small. It was smaller than our last place. We were going to move to Georgia. That was the plan. And basically that didn't happen. Some things happened and we had to get this apartment. And this apartment came with a lot of fuckery, a lot of bullshit, a lot of warm butter. I think that when we signed the lease, it came with a free tub of butter. And that's how it felt, at least, because I've never lived underneath anyone. I've always lived on the third floor in every apartment that I've ever had. So I just wasn't accustomed to living under anybody, especially like kids. All right. So long story short, we have a 2 and a 3-year-old who live above us, and they are driving me batshit crazy. Okay. I can't do it. I can't do it. Certain hours of the day, you're trying to sleep, whatever it is, and you just hear that. And it's like, man, I don't see how people do it. I don't see how people deal with that. I mean, I'm sure when you're dealing with apartments, man, you got to deal with it. And so that's just the least of our problems. Okay. But the worst of the worst was the fact that this unit that we live in has a leaking problem, a flooding problem. We've already had like 6 floods. I'm not lying to you guys. 6 floods since we've been in this fucking apartment. All right. 2 major ones. And then now every time it rains, our room floods, the master bedroom floods, and they can't fix it. They've tried. And, I went to the office and the manager finished. I didn't have to say anything. As soon as I walked in the door, he said, "Let me guess, you want to get out of your lease?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Oh, don't worry. We can make that happen for you." I apologize. And this manager was cool. Okay. He took over the apartment complex from another manager, and the other manager prior to him was basically not doing his job. And if you know anything about apartments, they change management at least like clockwork every few years. Okay. For the most part. And some people are hired on to kind of get it back into shape. And he's kind of like one of those guys. Right. And he basically, is letting us out of our lease. So we're going to be moving here very, very shortly. Okay. And this time we put our heads together and said, you know what? No more fuckery. We're not going to go to Georgia anytime soon. So since that's the case, we're going to find a place worthy of the Random Gameplay Pimpin podcast, guys. And we finally zoomed in on a couple of prospects, actually. We have decided to go the town home route. Okay. 3 bedrooms, at least 3 bedrooms, and a lot of room. I will have a chance to have my own man cave again, which I cannot wait for that, because I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I had my man cave, I remember when I would get into it with my girlfriend, or if I was just feeling some type of way, I could go into that room and it was kind of like a healing room. It kind of felt like it washed a lot of the fuckery and a lot of the butter away. And, sometimes I'd be arguing with her. We'd be mad at each other for a couple of days or whatever. And guess what? I sleep in the man cave. You know what I mean? And in that, it's just a comfort space for me. And the walls, every wall is surrounded with everything that, I hold dear to my heart. Right. It's just an aura that can't be replaced. Okay. And I built that room, and I was proud of that room, and I don't have that right now. So that may be part of the problem. But rest assured that that is going to be short lived, because pretty soon, and I mean maybe within a couple of weeks, those dreams will become reality again. And I can't wait, because this new place is pretty awesome. It's even got a backyard. It's nice and spacious, and it's just, I cannot wait. Okay. Should have did this at the beginning, but like I said, things were just up in the air. A lot of stuff was going on, but we finally got that. And of course, the housing market is crazy. We're not going to be spending, $4,000 on a mortgage right now, so no, that's a wrap. So we found this place, $2,800 a month. It's still kind of steep, but hey, those are mortgage payments. You know what I'm saying? So when we do find a house, you know what I mean? It won't be a shock. Hey, okay, we can deal with that. Cool. So just a lot of stuff's been going on, and that's where we're at now. And that's the next move. So all of these things incorporated with my mother and all these other shit. That's why I've kind of been spotty. The podcast has been kind of, here and there. I had to, I went to Kansas where they're from, and I had to drive out there and, deal with that, and just a lot of shit in there. Life happens. This is the type of shit that I talk about, or most of us are familiar with when we say life happens sometimes. Okay. And it's just what it is. So back to, normalcy is on the way. I'll say that. Okay. I'm going to be dropping my podcast every week like clockwork, like I usually do most of the time, 99% of the time. And then, like I said, I'll have a move where we'll finally move all this stuff up, set up the man cave. It won't be, at 100%, but it will definitely be set up for recording. And I can't wait for that. So once I get in there, the new place, the man cave, the new spot, oh my God, you're going to hear it in my voice. You're going to feel it. It's going to be a butterfree environment, and it's going to be all good. But yeah, so now that I got that out of the way, guys, I've been talking. Let's get on with the show. And I'm going to start with my anime watch list now. Solo Leveling. Okay. Finished that. I was kind of salty because I went to go watch it this weekend and there was no episode. I was like, what? I thought it was at least going to give us 13. No, sir. 12 episodes is all we get. Season 1 is complete, and season 2 has already been greenlit. So rest assured that's on the way, but we all know how long that's going to take. So we're looking at a good 9 months easily, or more. Could possibly be more. So that's what we're looking at on Solo Leveling. The new anime that I'm watching is one that goes by the name of Girlfriend. Like I said, guys, I love these harem animes. I don't know what it is about them, but that's what I've been watching lately, and I'm enjoying my time with them. Girlfriend is about a boy who has grown up with a girl who he's been crushing on his whole life. Okay. And then they finally go to high school, and she decides to give him a shot. Okay. She's rejected him for years. She finally said, you know what? Let's try it out, and let's date. Let's go out. So he's in love with her, head over heels, all those things. She likes him as well. I don't think she likes him as much, but at least she doesn't show it initially. But anyway, that's how it kind of starts off. And then some other girl, okay, beautiful girl, confesses her love for him. And he didn't have the heart to reject her, so he accepted her, and he had a plan, okay, a boneheaded plan to say, you know what, let's present this to my girlfriend, and let's hopefully get a result where I can date both of you, so I won't have to hurt your feelings either. So that's kind of like where we're at. That's what's going on here. Of course, the girlfriend did not go for it at first, and then somehow, some way, came around to it, and I'll just leave it there. It gets juicier. It gets, it's a lot more that goes into it. This guy is crazy. The guy in this is just ridiculous, but I love this guy. He's dense, but at the same time, he's very passionate, and some of the things he does, you just won't believe, you know what I mean? And the girls end up kind of in this, kind of contest, like in most harems, for his affection. They kind of battle for his affection, but in the end, as the episodes progress, things start happening. And like I said, I'm not going to just give it away. And then when you think you're kind of, you've hit your stride on this show, then they throw another monkey wrench into the whole scenario, and more shit happens. So just check it out. If you haven't seen it, it's on Crunchyroll. It's called Girlfriend. If you're into the harem stuff, if you're into those type of animes, you'll definitely dig this one, man. I mean, I've been hunting for stuff like this, and I kind of like to watch these concurrently with like some of my shonen stuff. So, I'm kind of developed, I guess, kind of developed the way I watch my anime. And it is kind of like, I want two flavors kind of, neck and neck, going at each other. So I'll watch, something like Solo Leveling or something like Ninja Kamui. And then I definitely throw in something like Girlfriend or something like this. You know what I mean? So that's how I like to watch my stuff right now. I still got so much to catch up on, guys. I got My Hero Academia to catch up on. I didn't finish No Guns Live. There's a lot of shit that I've just been kind of like going through in my on my account, and like, yo, you got a lot of shit, yo, to catch up on. Still waiting on 86 to come back. It's just a lot of stuff going on in my anime life right now, but I'm having a blast with these, and I suggest you guys definitely do the same. If you're into anime, definitely check out this one. And if you're not used to watching this type of stuff and you're used to just a lot of the quote unquote popular shonen type stuff, give this stuff a chance, man, and I promise you won't be disappointed. You won't. Anyway, that's my anime watch list. Let's move on and let's get into some games, because I've been wanting to talk about this stuff, guys. And remember Hollow Knight, Silksong? That is finally starting to make its rounds, and there's no release date yet, but I think we're going to get one very soon, because it seems like every time I turn around now, I'm seeing this. Okay. This is actually starting to show up in a lot of listings. It's going, I've seen it on fucking Nintendo. I've seen it on Xbox. Like, all of these things are coming up. They're showing it. It's going to be free on Game Pass day one. So get ready for that. Yeah, man, this game is is very highly sought after, and a lot of people are wanting to get to it. And I think we're going to get a date very soon, because why put it in a listing? Why list this stuff if they're not prepping for something big? I think you're going to get PAX West or something. We're going to get an announcement for this game finally. I mean, years in the making. I mean, Hollow Knight is a fucking bona fide classic. One of the first games I bought on my Nintendo Switch. So yeah, man, I mean, great. Cannot wait. When the game comes out, I'll definitely keep you guys posted. Release date information, all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Next, let's talk about Final Fantasy 16 a little bit. I love this game. This game was split with the fandom. Okay. A lot of people liked it or loved it. A lot of people didn't, because they didn't like the direction as far as the game design and how you only had one protagonist and all of those type of things. Me, I, praise those guys for trying different things. I definitely love the action, and I definitely love the fucking story. Like, man, I love the story in this game. And I hope this DLC will answer a few questions that were left undone. And if you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, go play it and you'll understand. Anyway, yeah, a lot going on with this game, guys. One of my favorite Final Fantasy games, period. Definitely like it more than 7, and, sue me. A lot of people may want to hang me for that, but oh well. I'm just keeping it real. I'm being honest with myself. Okay. But yeah, I love that game. I cannot wait. April 16th, I think, is the day, and I'm going to be setting some time aside to replay it. I beat the game already, but I definitely want to go in for New Game Plus and play both of them, both of the DLCs, which I have not played any. I wanted to wait for this one to come out as well. So once I knock out all these other games this summer, I'll definitely be jumping on this Final Fantasy train again. There's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline, guys. I mean, a lot of stuff. We got a new character in the DLC. I think she goes by the name of, and what is her name? How do you pronounce it? I want to say her name is Shula, Shula. And we dive into her story, and we learn a lot about this character. And we also get a lot more information, and we get to kind of dive a little bit deeper into Jill's backstory. We get to go to where she, her hometown and all those things. So looking forward to that as well with this DLC. And hopefully they were hiding something from us as far as the ending is concerned, but we shall see. I just think the game is awesome, and it's just one of my favorite Final Fantasy stories. I just love it. But anyway, that's that. Coming soon. Let's talk now about a demo that I just recently played, and I'm talking about Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade was, it was very controversial a week or two ago because somebody accidentally leaked the demo. Okay. And so people got a hold of it for an extended period of time, and then they ended up taking it and wiping everybody's system. If you were connected to the internet, they took it away, and that raised some controversy as well, explaining and breaking down the power that a lot of these companies have with games that people buy digitally, or something that you may have on your system digitally, and it can be wiped if you're connected to the internet. Just like that, with the snap of a finger, they could fucking Thanos you in the drop of a hat. Just drop a whole tub of melted warm butter upon you. And they did that with this game, but don't fret, because now the demo is available for everyone, and I had a chance to play it, and I have to say it, this game is going to be awesome. Okay. This game is going to be the shit. The graphics, the design of this character. I mean, the physics are crazy. Okay. The titty physics, all of this shit is crazy, man. And it's just, the graphics are beautiful. I love it. I love that it gives me that near automata kind of vibe to it, man. That world, that universe, the lore. I can't wait to dive into all of that and find out, more about that. That's really what I'm excited about as well. I'm just really happy, man, about this game. If you haven't played the demo, please download it. It's a Sony exclusive, so definitely, if you don't have one, I'm sorry about that, but definitely give this one a shot. It's cool, man. It introduces you to the combat, and then once you get to a certain part, it then allows you to play a boss, and it gives you a lot more abilities, so you can kind of get a feel for, how your character would play slightly upgraded, and give you a chance to kind of play with those things. And it was dope. My son played it this morning, and he was pretty good, man. His reflexes on fucking point. He beat the fucking boss. It didn't take him long to learn and figure out the stuff, and he was doing his thing. But like I said before, the game looks breathtaking. I love the graphics. I love the art style of the universe so far, and I cannot wait to dive deeper into this universe, man. It comes out in a couple weeks, man, 2.5 weeks, something like that, really soon. So be looking out for this game. I pre-ordered it already. Cannot wait to play this. It's got a little challenge to it too. So, it's going to be dope. I really, really am looking forward to this. So check it out, man. Stellar Blade, check it out, please. I cannot wait for this game. But anyway, let's move on and let's get into what I've been playing. And what I've been playing is Dragon's Dogma 2, of course, still playing that. And Dragon's Dogma 2, to me, personally, is a game that you should not rush. Okay, I'm not rushing the game. I think I'm level 45 right now. I'm not rushing anything. I'm taking my time. I'm doing my thing. And, it's a game that's kind of designed that way. All right. Even the quests, the way that they work and the way that they kind of hand them out to you, it's just it's about exploring and just running around and doing shit, right? Trying new things. And that's what it's about. I killed my first dragon recently. All right. And I'm one of those guys who, when I play RPGs or games like that, I will stay in that starter area, and I will live in that fucking starter area until I unlock and get everything I need, until I learn the game, until I get really comfortable. And then I said, you know what? Now it's time to tackle the world. Now it's time to move around. Let's do some things, right? And I've seen these dragons, and I tested my might a couple times. I think once at level 25, maybe around, and he fucking one-shotted me. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to wait. And then when I think I'm ready, I'm going to wait some more. And then I'm going to wait some more. And then I will finally try out this dragon. So I caught one chilling on a nice sunny day, and I decided to try my luck. And he got mopped up pretty good. And that was my first dragon. So, I'm just, like I said, I'm not trying to, go after quests and one by one and hunt them down and stuff like that. I'm just kind of exploring, doing things here and there, trying this, trying that, upgrading my characters and all this type of stuff. So that's all I'm doing, man. I'm just playing the game. I'm not playing to beat the game or anything like that. So for me, Dragon's Dogma is one of those games. You can put 100, 150 hours on Dragon's Dogma. Just picking it up and playing, going around, doing some things, and then coming back to it. That's kind of how I'm doing it now. That's how I've been playing it. And I'm going to continue to do so. So now that I've done that, I'm taking a break from Dragon's Dogma. And I decided to try out Rise of the Ronin. All right. And I have to say this about this game. Now, let me give you guys a quick little disclosure about me and my bias towards, the Japanese culture and, feudal Japan and all those things. I am biased a little bit about that. I do love those type of games. That's my favorite backdrop in a video game ever. I mean, Dragon's Dogma, the medieval times, the dragons and stuff, that's close, but nothing compares to like the samurais, the ninjas, and all the history behind all those things, and feudal Japan and all of that. Okay, that's my just my jam, my bread and butter, all of it, right? So I heard people talking about this game. The reviews most of them are mediocre. Like the average score on this game is a 7 out of 10, which is a very good game. Okay. Some would say, if I had to pick one word, a good game. Okay. If you're judging it off of that. Okay. It's a game that, if a seven or above is something that I would constitute spending money on, day one. You could buy that and you could play that and you would not feel like you've been robbed. And you would not feel like, you had any warm butter used on your person. I could say that. Now, anything less than that, then you might have to start asking some questions or looking for some sales, right? There's some reviewers who've gave it higher scores. There's some reviewers who gave it 10s or, some, I'll just say a few, but a lot of them are giving them, 8s, 8.5s, that, some of those as well. So, Affect Your Life is a YouTuber that I kind of trust a lot because we play a lot of the same games. We like a lot of the same games. We play these open world RPGs and single player experiences. That's the type of stuff he plays a lot of. And, so I watched his review thoroughly, make sure, and he gave it 85. And I've been playing it now, not long. I've been playing a little bit this weekend. I had a chance to try it out and I've been playing it. And I think I'll say I may have 5 hours on the game, right? May have something like 5 hours on the game. And so far, from what I see right now, I have to say the game is a solid 8. And I could see it even going to a 9, because the more you play it and you start opening up stuff, then you start to, that ceiling starts to, you start to take that ceiling off. And it's one of those games where it's a huge game. It's a huge game. It's an open world game and you're going to do a lot of shit. You're going to learn a lot. I'm still learning new things. I'm still, going to another area and then being introduced to other mechanics in the game. So it'll probably be for another 5 hours or so before they completely take the reins off of me and I can kind of do my thing. But I say all that to say that your starter, how you see the game now, like it's bare bones, like the combat and everything, a lot of it. And it's trying to teach you, the core fundamentals of the game, which is the parry system, which, you're going to either love or hate. I love the parry system. I love, all those. If you played any of the other Team Ninja games like the Neo series or the Wulong Fallen Dynasty series, which I absolutely loved. It was my favorite of the whole series up to this point. Now that might be different by the time I finish this game here, because I'm into the mystic monsters and beasts and all that too. But me personally, I kind of like a more grounded approach to some of my games sometimes. And this is definitely one of those. And what I love about this game is, in most Team Ninja games, every fight that you have feels like a fight for your life. You feel like any one of these guys could kill you, because most of these opponents, whether they're just a lonely guard watching, just watching over, a palace or something at night, or an actual boss who has some weight behind them, they all have the potential to shut you down. Okay, literally. All right. They all have these abilities where they can fucking rush you down and do things to you. Okay. Do strange things to you in the dark with warm butter. And if you get caught slipping, they will use it on you. And that's what I like about their games. And the graphics is what I keep hearing a lot of reviewers talk about, or a lot of people put down the game for, is the graphics. And this is one of those deceptive games. This is a game that if you listen to the whispers in the streets, it may deter you. But if you give it a shot and you put it in your hand, you actually play it, it's a lot better looking than people give it credit for. It has a feel to it. It has a vibe to it that I can't really explain. But it keeps you coming. Like the combat is so fun and addictive, and And I'm just at the very beginning. I have just the tip of the iceberg as far as the combat is concerned. Once you start learning things and putting things together and unlocking combos and unlocking new maneuvers and things of that nature, man, it gets intricate. And then you start to develop your own play style, your own ways, your favorite weapons to use, things of that nature. Right now, my current weapons are the katana, which I love dearly, and also the spear, which I absolutely adore. I love the spear in this game. And like I said, the early stages, I've only got one move really like for it, a couple moves for him. And then there's so many more you can unlock later on. And like I said, it's going down. Like I can see myself sinking lots of hours into this as well. So that's what I'm playing right now. I'm actually going to be playing when I get off of this microphone. And I didn't get a chance to play a lot today because I was playing with my son. We was playing wrestling and we played that a lot. And I let him try out the demo of Stellar Blade and stuff like that. So we were doing that. And I had the podcast to do and I had some other things to take care of. So Sunday's kind of like a busy day for me, believe it or not. It's one of my busiest days because of the podcast and things of that nature. But I will definitely make time for myself tonight. And I will definitely get some more gameplay in this coming week. So I'll definitely come back to this game. I'll discuss more things I've learned and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff with this game. I've been watching some videos and stuff. There's hidden bosses. There's hidden stuff like that around. You also use guns. And bow and arrows and things of that nature. So there's a lot in this game. Okay. You actually unlock characters that you can actually play in certain missions. Like I just did my first mission with this guy that I met and we kind of hit it off. And then we fought this mini boss or whatever together. And you can kind of switch between your character and you can switch between that character and you can kind of see how they play or whatever. So that's the cool thing I also like about it. Also, which I didn't even touch on yet, was the fact that this game is a multiplayer game. You can actually do missions with other people in the world in this game and they can come help you and stuff. And like I said, that's just a whole nother avenue that I haven't even touched on because I'm just thinking of it as a single player game. And that's kind of where my focus is. Now, eventually I'll get to the point where, okay, I've felt like I've learned a lot and I can kind of explore that avenue a little bit. And I eventually will, I'm waiting for a friend to get it. He's probably going to pick this game up. And when he does, I'll be waiting for him. Also, I thought when I first saw the game that when you had to create a character, it was kind of limited. But no, you can actually create anybody you want, any kind of character you want. There's lots of options here. And I have created a character for myself that I actually am quite fond of, a black samurai. And I'm doing work right now. It's like I said, it's starting. I'm at the very beginning and I'm just trying to, figure out where I am and all of those type of things. And the cool thing about this game also that I hear a lot of people talk about, that is the choices. The choices that you make in this game really have weight to them and they really fucking matter. I haven't gotten far enough to really make too many of those decisions. I made one that actually hopefully pays dividends. Like I said, I had to stop the game and save it there when I got to that point. But I heard great things about the story. I heard great things about the decisions and how that part of the game works. So yeah, looking forward to that, man. Like I said, just a lonely Ronin right now and trying to, grow in power and strength and develop my own team, my own squad or whatever, and my own line of bandits. And we're going to do some things out here, man. The gear is awesome. As far as cosmetics are concerned, I didn't get a chance to find out if they did transmog or not. I'm assuming they do have transmog, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys yet. I don't know yet, but the gear looks awesome. Like a lot of stuff you can wear. And I think whatever you find, you can pretty much make that your shit. So if you're like, man, I really like this robe and I want to keep this robe. So you can literally go and you can upgrade that robe to your liking. And then you can eventually get to the point where you can move stuff, certain stats and things of that you want. Maybe you're trying to create a certain build. When you get to mid game, you'll start to develop in that type of stuff. Then you can kind of really hone your skills and hone how you want to fucking play. And that, like I said, it's always evolving. The game is always evolving. And you just when you think you got one thing figured out, it introduces something else and you're like, wow. And then you start seeing all these possibilities. And then you start figuring out, if I do this, if I put A with C instead of A with B, I get this result. And I really like this result. So I want to keep building on this result. So that's the type of thing that this game, from what I've seen in the videos and people talking about, This is what I've kind of gathered so far. And it's definitely, if I had to pick one word for this game so far, it's going to be underrated. It's definitely going to be underrated. And it also has to do with, your preference. Like I said, some people do not like that Japanese backdrop, the feudal stuff. They don't, they're not into the samurais and the ninjas and stuff. That's just not their thing. And I've heard a couple of people say that. And that's fine. If that's how you feel, I understand that. But that is my thing. And that is, I think, part of what kind of drew me into the game. And it's also a change of pace from Dragon's Dogma a little bit. They're both open world, games where you can kind of experience them and it plays differently. But they're different flavors. So I kind of definitely am glad I picked this up and I'm playing it and I'm enjoying it and I'm going to keep playing it. So this is definitely going to be the game I'll probably play. And I'll go back to Dragon's Dogma, as well and do some things so I don't get rusty at it. And then you also have in a couple of weeks, like I said, guys, you have Stellar Blade. So it's like what to do, so many things. And then summer will be here. And guess what? We have the new game, the summer game. What is the Chinese developer? I think it's called Wukong. Yeah. So we have a lot of stuff going on, game wise. And then we also have, I want to say, we have another RPG open world. I can't put my finger on it right now, but it's another one I've been anticipating. And this is definitely a Square Enix game. I can't think of the name right now, but it's one that I am looking forward to as well. So there's some stuff coming down the pipeline. It is going down. And I still haven't had a chance to play Alan Wake 2 yet, which is something I really want to play as well. So, I mean, my game, like just for 2024 alone, it's already stacking up to be a crazy fucking year. All right. And now, I just got a new job recently. I've been waiting on it. I mean, it took me like 4 months for the onboarding process. Like it took fucking forever. Okay. So I was waiting on this, finally started it. And, the money is going to get a lot better. So I'm going to be playing a lot more games. I'll be playing a lot more when I get time. You know what I mean? So a lot of things are starting to come together for me. I'm really excited about it. Like I said, all things considering, with everything else that's been going on, man, it's been great so far. And it's looking up now, you know what I mean? So very excited about all of these things. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. This wasn't necessarily a long show, but like I said, I wanted to kind of break down what's been going on. You guys may have been wondering, like, what's going on with Studio, man? What's up? He's tripping, man. Like, something's up, something's off. So I kind of wanted to give you guys a heads up and let you know this is what's been going on. But now, like I said, this podcast moving forward, like I said, brighter times, Lord willing, are ahead. And that's what, we're doing here. So can't wait to play more games. Can't wait to watch more anime. I'm a homebody. If you guys don't know by now, I'm a homebody. So this new place that we're, about to jump into, that there is like, I think that's kind of like the foundation, so to speak. Finally had a chance to vet these places and really find a spot that, I can actually call home and make for some years to come. And like I said, it's going to be dope, man. I'm going to give you guys a tour when it's all said and done. I want to give you guys that and just let you in, your family. So I definitely want to keep you guys posted. And with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to bow out gracefully. All right. There's no butter on the table, so you can rest assured on that. And just check out all my social handles. Okay, guys, check me out on Instagram at Studio MacGyver. You can also check me out on TikTok at Random Gameplay Pimpin. And also, please don't forget the YouTube channel at Random Gameplay Pimpin. Okay, check me out there as well. So all those things being said, look out for your boy. Oh, also on Twitter. I don't call it X. I call it Twitter at Studio MacGyver as well. So lots of updates, lots of stuff like that. Video game, friendly stuff and some anime stuff sprinkled in there as well. And a little bit of nerd culture too, depending on what it is, movies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Wrestling has been going on. This, WrestleMania has been going crazy right now. Lots of stuff. Shout out to Cody Rhodes He actually just won, so finally got to complete his story. So yeah, man, I'm trying to get back into wrestling a little bit here too, because I want to go to a couple matches, take my son to a couple matches, and even my daughter. Who knows? She may end up liking it too. So I'm just rambling right now, but yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming out, listening, downloading, streaming. We do this every Monday, same bad time, same bad channel. And with that being said, now I'm going to get out of here, guys. I love you very much. This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.